CBS 17 is your local election headquarters, and early voting for North Carolina's second primary is underway as expected, though turnout hasn't been very high.
Candidates who didn't meet the threshold to be declared the winner now face a runoff. Chances are, though, if you're not paying close attention, you may not even know it's happening or, frankly, who the candidates are. Donald Trump and Joe Biden clearly see North Carolina as vital, both making multiple appearances months and months before the fall election. But there's a more pressing election for several other candidates right here in our state who face a runoff. Early voting is currently underway, and if this and this are signs of turnout, what's happening? Where are the candidates? Meredith College political scientist David McClellan says part of it just comes down to cash already spent and bare bone staff and volunteers.
Particularly the lieutenant governor field was so crowded. They spent a lot of time and energy in the first round to get into the runoff. And they know they've got a general election coming up, so it's kind of a resource issue.
While Democrats overwhelmingly voted on a clear nominee for lieutenant governor, Republicans did not. Voters had 11 GOP candidates to choose from. So it comes down to Hal Weatherman and Forsyth County District Attorney Jim O'Neill. But we've seen no on-air campaign ads from either of them, and it's a statewide election. However, they have been on the campaign trail to some degree, which is well documented on their social media pages. Even that limited presence is lacking for the two GOP candidates in a runoff for state auditor.
So I think they're using, very selected targeting. They're realizing that, they go door to door in even a heavily Republican neighborhood. Most people are going to go, I didn't realize there was an election.
What we are getting hammered with, though, are ads for the newly drawn 13th congressional district. The winner in the runoff of this heavily Republican district is essentially the winner in the fall. Out of 14 GOP candidates, Brad Knott and Kelly Daughtry came out on top. But even that, at least so far, isn't getting much turnout at the polls. Professor McClellan says this race is also about getting supporters to show up again, and now not voters may have a bit of a nudge.
They're also relying in 13 on the Trump endorsement. That was, I think, unexpected but important in that race.
And so, Liz, to put this in perspective, the turnout for the first primary was only 24%. They're not expecting this to get anywhere close today.
Wow.
That one voting site that we went to earlier today in Wake County, by the time we got there around 11 this morning, 4 people.
Wow, interesting. All right, Russ, thank you.
You bet.